Hey guys, Iodine here. In this video I will be doing a recap of the 2018 global tropical cyclone season. That includes hurricanes, typhoons, cyclones, and tropical cyclones. The first cyclone of the year was Eva, a moderately strong storm that actually formed on December 27, 2017, but continued to last until January 9th of the 2018 calendar year. After that, let's talk about one of the first major hurricanes of the year. Major hurricanes are storms Category 3 or higher on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. In the South Pacific Basin, Cyclone Gita, a Category 4 storm, became the strongest storm to impact the island of Tonga since reliable records began. Meanwhile, the first Category 5 cyclone of the season was Cyclone Marcus in the Australian basin. Shortly after Marcus, the first super typhoon of the 2018 typhoon season formed, Jelawat, called Kaloy in the Philippines. Jelawat was an unusually early typhoon that reached Category 4 status. In May, Cyclone Mukunu in the North Indian Ocean basin became the strongest recorded storm to impact the Arabian Peninsula. The first Atlantic tropical storm was Alberto, which formed shortly after Mukunu. In the East Pacific, things got off to an early start with Category 4 hurricanes Aleta and Bud. An almost non-stop string of tropical storms and hurricanes that lasted all the way until mid-October. In fact, the 2018 East Pacific hurricane season produced the highest ACE value for a single season on record. ACE stands for Accumulated Cyclone Energy, and it is a measure of how powerful a storm is. 2018's ACE value was the first East Pacific season to pass 300 units. The first Category 5 Pacific typhoon was Maria, which is not related to the Category 5 storm of the same name that impacted Puerto Rico 2 years ago. Hurricane Hector formed in the East Pacific Basin. Hector peaked just below Category 5 status. It was a major hurricane for longer than any other East Pacific storm. Hector spent 4 days as a Category 4 hurricane and had the highest ACE value for any storm in the East Pacific since Hurricane John in 1994. Here's a list of some of the storms as they occurred through the year. January: Eva, Bolivan, Brigitte, Sibyl. February: Gita. March: Marcus, Jelawat. April: Inactive, meaning there were no major storms to talk about in April. May: Mukunu and Alberto. June: Awiniar, Aleta, and Bud. July: Maria, Beryl, Chris, and Hector. August: John. There were many other storms during this year, but I will not have time to talk about them in this video. If you want to have a part 2, I can make a part 2, so please comment below if you want a part 2. Thank you, and that is the end of the video. Hope you subscribe.